You know, it's hard to believe. It's November when it's almost 70 degrees in central Ohio. I love it. And so do the bees. So with this warmer weather, I've been keeping the open feeder full for the bees with a 2-to-1 sugar mixture, and the bees are absolutely loving it. You'll probably notice them flying around here in the shot as they're coming back to the colony from the open feeder. So that's something to keep an eye open for. In today's video, this topic may or may not apply to where you live. It may not be any interest to you, but it's something I thought I needed to talk about. What that topic is bees and cannabis, marijuana. You see, a few years back, there was a video released going around all social media showing bees on cannabis, or on a marijuana flower. The bud, I guess you would call it. Before I go into more detail about the bees on the cannabis flower, let me back up here a little bit. You see, in a couple weeks, Ohio is going to be the 24th state to legalize recreational marijuana. Each household is going to be allowed to grow up to 12 plants. And that got me thinking. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that think now that recreational marijuana is legal and there's going to be cannabis plants everywhere, that their bees are going to make funny honey and ruin their honey crop. That's not the case, folks. And that is the reason I want to discuss this today. Now let's hop back over on this video that was going around social media of the bees on this cannabis flower. That was staged, folks. What they did was they took some sugar water, put it in a spray bottle, and they sprayed it on the cannabis. And they said that they were training their bees to work cannabis by spraying the sugar water on the flower or the bud. I don't know that that's so much training. Yes, you are getting the bees to go to the flower, but naturally bees would not have any interest in the cannabis flower. Now, let me explain a couple things. First of all, cannabis is dioecious. That means there's a male and a female, okay? Only the females have the flower. In no way would the bees have any interest in the female flower. Now, the male plant, on the other hand, has pollen sacs, and these pollen sacs could be of interest to the honeybee depending on what is in bloom or producing pollen in the area at that time. If there's a dearth and there is nothing for the bees to work, I can probably see the bees working the male plant, but I do not see them having any interest in the female plant. I do not actually see funny honey being possible without man stepping in. And when I say that, there is such a thing as funny honey, but it's infused. That means it's been cooked in, it's been processed into the honey. There's no way that the bees could actually make funny honey on their own. Another fact is cannabis is xenophilous, which means it's wind pollinated. It does not rely on bees and other insects to carry the pollen from the male plant to the female plant. And actually, if you're a cultivator of cannabis, most times you do not want the male around your female, because what that's going to do is put seeds in your crop. You are not producing your crop for seed, you're producing it for large quantities of flower. So hopefully this makes it clear as our bees leave the hive and can go 3.5 miles away to work a nectar source, that they're not working cannabis and making funny honey. Like I said, the only way that is possible is to infuse cannabis into the honey, and that is not done without man stepping in. So naturally, not possible, folks. You have no concerns, nothing to worry about if you're in a state that has legalized recreational marijuana. As I was putting this video together, I did a little bit of research on my own. I gathered some of these pictures from online. These are not my cannabis pictures, folks. Regardless how it looks, I promise you, this is not my collection. But anyway, when I was surfing around online to try and find some pictures to put this video together, I found this picture. And, you know, any experienced beekeeper can tell you by looking at this picture that that's what a bee looks like when it fell in the container of sugar syrup or the bee feeder. You can see it's clearly been drenched. And You know, if you're a new beekeeper, you may not notice that. You might just see the bee on a big old fat bud and think, wow, I didn't realize bees work marijuana. You got to pay attention on social media because a lot of folks will try and pull the wool over your eyes. And what I like to do here on my channel is help take that wool off and make things a little bit more clear. And I hope this video has done that. Now I want to invite each and every one of you over to my Beekeeping Blueprint community, because this Tuesday at, I believe it's 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, I will be going live. I've done it a handful of times now, and the more people we get over there asking questions, I think the smoother it'll go. It's a little bit awkward when there's just a couple people because I'm waiting for the questions to come in. There's a lot of pause or just blank space, I guess. So the more people we can get interacting, asking questions over there, I think the better the live stream will go and the faster it'll move along. So yeah, I encourage each and every one of you to come check it out. Now there is a small membership fee to get you in, but with my discount, which I'll pin down in the comments, you can get in for less than a cup of coffee. I believe it's under $5 with my discount code. And it's a lifetime membership. It's not a monthly thing or anything. So you can come on over there, you can see my live streams, and you can participate with all the questions, ask your own questions, share pictures, and let us know who you are. So anyway, folks, enjoy the weather, I guess. I probably won't see you again before Thanksgiving. So enjoy the bird, enjoy the family time, and take care, folks. Thanks for watching JC's Bees. Hey, real quick. I just did some more research and I found an article that backs up everything I pretty much said in this video. And this article was wrote by Bee Culture. So if you want to check this article out, I'll leave it down in the video description. I also found another interesting article about cannabis, and it's not so much about the pollen or the flower, but more about possible benefits. You see, there's a couple compounds that people are after in cannabis. One of them is THC, and that's the one that gives you the, I guess, intoxicating feeling. And then there is the CBD oil, and that's the one that people are using for pain relief. And in this article that I'm going to list down below talks about how they gave a certain number of bees some CBD oil and mixed it in some sugar syrup. And afterwards, they went back and checked these bees, and the CBD oil seemed to improve their health, and it talks about that. So if this is something you're interested in, I'll leave the article down below.